Okay. Hi, everyone. Thank you all for joining us today. I'm Elaine Christian. I'm a sustainability program coordinator with the City of West Palm Beach Office of Sustainability. And we have Diane Bueller with us today, who is the founder of Friends of Palm Beach, which is a 501c3. It's a great organization. We're going to chat with her more about that a little bit later. And I'm really excited to just chat about sustainable grocery shopping and alternatives that we can, or changes, I should say, that we can make every day when we go to the grocery store, or however often you're going. Maybe you're not going to the grocery store every day, but every time you go to the grocery store, there are so many options and choices that you can make, and we can certainly make those sustainable choices that we'll be discussing today. So I am going to first play a really great video that Diane made for Earth Day this year. And Diane, I don't know if you want to give a little intro to it while I get it pulled up really quickly.
Sure. Yeah, we're involved with the Ann Norton Sculpture Gardens, and a bunch of other NGOs did a video for Earth Day, and I chose not to talk trash, which I do all the time. I chose to help people understand how they have the power to change our environmental reality and the devastation by going to the grocery store. And it can feel overwhelming when you hear all of this conversation about plastics in our world and the devastation. It's been more, by 2050 there'll be more plastic in the ocean than fish. So I thought, well, you know what, Publix, let's just take a trip down the aisles, and that's what you're going to see. I was speaking to young students, but all of us can understand, I believe, and take. So yeah, it's just as simple. There's other alternatives that Elaine and I actually have for afterwards, but this was a simple trip that my daughter and I made, and I was embarrassing her so much that I couldn't get to every aisle, but you'll see some ways that you can change your habits that help to buy stuff that's more easily
Diane, are you frozen or was I frozen?
recyclable than all the plastic. I saw me move. I didn't see you move. I'm not sure. You're back. I can hear you.
All right. I'll check on that while we're playing the video. All right. And I also wanted to mention too, if you guys have any questions during the program, just let us know in the chat box. So drop your questions in there. We will have Q&A at the end, but if we see a question that's relevant to what we're talking about at that time, we can address that then as well. So just let us know in the chat box. And for everyone who is attending today, you will receive a follow-up email as well with the recording. So if you want to share this with your friends or you want to rewatch it, I'm also going to have some really great links in there as well that we will mention today. So you'll be able to follow up on that and get more information. So now I will play the video. And Diane, just let me know if my video is doing anything crazy.
It might have been me.
Hi everyone, my name is Diane Bueller. I'm the founder of Friends of Palm Beach, keeping our beaches clean. I'm just one person, and many years ago I had one idea to clean up the beaches, that the debris washing in from the ocean, I could collect it, I could hire people, we could help our small part of paradise. And each of you has that power to make change and make difference every day. It doesn't have to be a beach cleanup business, it doesn't have to be a business. You can just do these things at home. When you go to school, when you go to the store, when you're playing with your friends, when you're out at the beach, making choices is your power as a citizen, as a human being. And on this Earth Day in 2021, I just want to emphasize that one person can make a difference. And when you bring your friends into it and your family, even better. So I've given you what's following here is some alternatives when you go to the store. But every day you have the ability to make a choice. Don't take that plastic utensil. Don't buy those plastic utensils. Don't buy those plastic water bottles. It's all in your hands and you have the power. Have a great day. Happy Earth Day 2021. Your first option is you would think you'd want to go right to the plastic container. But here we have it in cans. Yes, there's a film on it of plastic, but that can be thrown away, and these cans can be recycled more readily than all of this plastic. So this is your first alternative, V8 original in your plastic container, V8 in your aluminum can. Much better. No. There's club soda seltzer lovers. We have plastic Pellegrino. Ugh. They do come in glass this size, but you also have this option. Glass, glass, glass. This is the way we want you to go. Glass, much more readily recyclable than plastic cap. No good. Aluminum, glass, yes. For those of you that like to buy water, you don't need to, but if you must buy water, let's say a hurricane's coming or you're must buy plastic, this is a much better option. You have 2.5 gallons of water with this spout. Stick it in your fridge. It's cold if you want it. Spout, use your cup or your reusable water bottle to fill it versus these, which are 24 bottles and 24 caps. You only have one piece to recycle here, and there's the same amount of water in both, and this is a much, much better option. Takes a little bit more on your part to get the cup or the reusable water bottle, but such a better choice to make and a habit to add to your day if you must have filtered, bottled water, which we don't need. Okay, doing your laundry. We more or less do it every day. It's a must-do in our lives. This is a carton. Can be more readily recycled than plastic jug. Oh my God, huge plastic honking top. Huge, huge, huge plastic container. You do not need it. These pods are even worse because little pieces are going into the water system and then you're ended up drinking that plastic. No to pods, no to plastic jug. Yes to carton. Thank you very much. So here we have one big old plastic Tropicana jug and one big old honking plastic Tropicana cap. And here you have Florida Natural with just their plastic cap here and their carton, which is more readily recyclable than this. And this may end up in a landfill, this may end up in another country having to handle it. This is not our answer. Recycling is our fourth answer. First answer is refusing. So refuse the plastic, buy the carton, make our world a healthier place. There's a small amount now offered by the Coca-Cola company. Glass bottles. They did bring them back in small fashion, but they still have all, if you're shooting above, their other product in plastic. Which, if you can imagine all the plastic that already exists that's going to be in our environment. 30% of Americans recycle. Bad number. 9% of the globe recycles. Terrible number. So all of this is just right here in one Publix. The aisle continues to go down. So we all must make our choices to help our environment, which helps ourselves. Healthy environment, healthy people. So make your choices.
All right. Hopefully that played okay for everyone.
Grammarly is more than catch errors.
We're not going to talk about Grammarly. Um, we will move on to a presentation, a file that Diane had put together for better alternatives. So I will share that. Diane, am I still showing up okay?
I see you. I hear you. Yep.
All right. And you guys let us know in the chat, we run into technical difficulties all the time doing virtual programs. So just to let us know if something's going on that we don't know about. All right. Let me see. I'm see if I can get this bar to go away. All right. So Diane, here we go.
Well, yeah, as I said in the video, we've tried to change people's mindset about thinking about things as they're purchasing them. And there is a much more extreme way to go. There was a question in the chat about buying in bulk. Unfortunately, in our area, Costco is bulk, of course, but we have very few options to do this. There is One World Zero Waste up in Tequesta. I know Whole Foods has some options to do that in certain products, but it isn't readily available here. Might be the next best business somebody creates out there, would be wonderful. So we just try to think about, refusing to go with the norm of the orange juice you might love, but try the other one in the carton. And again, none of these are perfect alternatives, but they are the alternatives that can make a difference versus the plastic, which is a horrible choice. So when we I reuse so much in my home. That what we find on the beach, even I found garbage cans on the beach that I clean and I reuse it, but that's a little extreme. But when I do buy Ziploc bags, my daughter used one for a whole year at school. She's like, I can't throw this out. I have to bring it home and wash it. Reducing what you're buying, in one way you can do that is to buy like that water spout, the pitcher, versus all those water bottles. You're reducing the amount of plastic that needs to be recycled. You're reducing the impact on our waste management system. And then lastly, recycle. It does exist here. We have a recycling program. The thing that hurt us the most was 2 years ago, China, which was buying all of our plastics, has refused to. So now it's ending up in smaller countries that cannot manage it. And it's overwhelming these countries. You'll see the story of plastic where the children in Malaysia and Vietnam and all, they're living amongst this, our plastic that was pushed out of our world into theirs. And Americans are one of the wealthiest countries. We are one of the top abusers of this plastic in our system, and we have the power to change that. And we somehow became this lazy, disposable society in my lifetime. So I'm old, but I'm not that old, and it's just before my eyes we've become throwaway. And we can stop that by making simple choices, and they do make a difference. They make such a difference in reducing the amount in our world. So I challenge you all to change your habits and to help change others, to educate others, because the majority of you might already be on board, but it's your friends and family. And my mother-in-law loves a water bottle. I have tried every different type of reusable water bottle. She likes the plastic water bottle. I bought her every kind to get to the one that mimics that water bottle, because she refuses to not buy them. But she does reuse that water bottle, plastic one that she'll buy. But I finally found her a reusable one that she will now reuse and use her own sink and save a lot of money. I think the next slide talks about Gatorade. Yeah, oh my God, Gatorade bottles haunt me. But in having a young child, I was exposed, actually, and one of my crew helped me understand about the Gatorade powder. Comes in all the flavors that kids and people might love, the blue, the orange, the pink, the whatever. And it's $9 for that container. It was $8 when I first did this. But in speaking to kids, I started to talk about their piggy banks and making them realize that it's not just about the environment, which you may or may not grasp yet, but it's about your piggy bank. And this container that's $8 or $9 makes 64 bottles of Gatorade. And that is replacing 64 bottles and 64 caps in our environment. And it's a little science project. You can make it in your water bottle. You can see on our video. That's my husband. And it's the $184 in your piggy bank. So here we are saving the environment with just one plastic cap on your Gatorade container. You're having a little science project. The next slide shows you the 64 bottles and the 64 caps that are not in the environment. And I got to tell you, Gatorade is out there in the environment. These bottles and caps are everywhere, on the beaches, in the parks, on the streets. So the sports teams and different places that I experience where there's a Gatorade bottle in a cooler, I try to help everybody figure out and realize that just make that igloo full of it like they do in the NFL, and you're styling. The NFL is already ahead of us as far as being environmentally conscious. So the next slide is straws. Yeah, I mean, I think we're all on board now. But at one point, it was just, there were way too many straws, and everybody says, well, I'm just using one. Well, 8 billion people can say I'm just using one, and there's an impact. So there's so many options now that you can buy. I give them away as gifts, the packs of 4 with a little cleaner. You can get a Bed Bath and Beyond, and I have them in a little cup on my counter. If you need a straw, I told the kindergartners and the first graders that, you're not babies anymore. Mommy taught you how to drink from a cup. And they all sit up in their chair and they're like, yeah, you know what? I don't need a straw. I went out to lunch today. My aunt was in town, and the restaurant, Bella Maxwell's, actually said to me, would you like a straw? And I thanked her, because she didn't automatically put it in my drink, and she didn't automatically put it on the table, where if they do that, even if you don't use it, they're throwing it out, and it isn't necessarily getting managed. So straws are a simple thing that we can do and eliminate or change the product foundation to change our world. The next one.
If I can add just really quickly, I know some people really do not like the metal straws. And I just want to, I brought some of I have like all different types of straws, but I just wanted to mention there are these like super bendy straws. Like if you like to bite your straw, this is the one to go for. They also make metal straws with a silicone end on them too. And then you have like your basic just metal one, but they're also like the bamboo straws. There are even these that fit in these like super tiny container that you could fit in your pocket or your purse. And it literally is just a straw that's rolled up. And I mean, you can take it with you everywhere. So it's super easy to carry these with you. And if you're in the city of West Palm Beach, we have an ordinance that bans plastic straws and stirrers. So you should not be able to find, I say should not, you should not be able to find plastic straws or stirrers even being sold in stores or at businesses. So we have actually banned those. And if you see them in the city of West Palm Beach, please just let me know. Often it's just, we just need to educate the business about the ordinance.
I text Elaine all the time. Hey, Dunkin' Donuts, I text you. Pick up the plastic straw. And again, it seems like a simple thing, but so many people feel they need the straw, and it really is hurting. I can't tell you, I have a container somewhere where just 1 week's worth of straws that we find on the beach. And the thing I don't have in here is toothbrushes. There are bamboo alternatives, and so many toothbrushes, believe it or not, are out there, and it's insane how many toothbrushes. And a bamboo handle, again, it's on Amazon. You can get a 12-pack. I give them out as gifts, and bristles are working just as well as all the other plastic ones that are out there. So luckily, we're getting more and more availability of these alternatives to be more readily available. And then there's your water bottle. Again, saving money. In Florida, we need to stay hydrated, especially down here in South Florida. You know what it costs to buy a bottle, and everybody does. It's just something that we can't avoid at times when we forget our reusable. But I have 3 backups in my fridge that I keep filled. And if I'm running out of the house and I go, I just grab one. So it's a matter of rethinking your process. Like, one water bottle is great. Yeah. But you know what? You'll never have that. If you don't have it filled and you're in a hurry, have backups in your fridge. And then you can just grab them on the way out the door. And you're not stuck one cup. So it.
Uh-oh. Am I freezing or are you freezing? Diane, can you hear me? Hello?
So,
Diane, can you hear me?
uh,
I don't know if it's me or if it's Diane.
Yeah.
Oh, are you back?
just have
It's Diane.
some thought processes and
Uh-oh, I think we lost Diane. All right. Oh, maybe she's back. Sorry, guys. We have just a little bit of technical difficulty, so bear with us. But I will say, you know, even if you look at these numbers, I mean, tap water is definitely going to be a lot less expensive than your bottled water, just all around. Diane, can you hear me?
I'm on, but I went on my phone, so you need to re-enter me
Oh,
or re-allow me.
oh, I see. Okay. I will. Okay, there you go.
Recording in progress. Recording in progress. Recording in progress. Recording in progress.
Okay. Oops, I'm on both now.
Okay. Oops, I'm on both. Okay. Oops, I'm on both.
Uh-oh.
I'm
right.
here.
There we go. Okay.
Wow, that was strange. Okay, so on to the next. Yep, here's your picture again. Your spouted container, which I love. I try not to buy them when there's a hurricane coming. I fill my igloos with water, but if I happen to want to put one in the fridge, this is the way to go with these larger jugs that you can buy that replace so many bottles and so many caps in the environment. And there's so many more options now with water coming in different containers, the can and the box. So we're getting to a point where we don't have an excuse in buying that plastic water bottle. There's other alternatives that are available. You might have to look for them a little bit, but I do know that they're out there. And many places and many venues are stocking them. Especially Hidden Water is a local company from North Palm Beach, and you'll see them in more and more places these days. So your plastic bag, the thing that hits home is that lower corner there where the jellyfish and the bag look exactly the same. And that's what's being readily ingested out there in the ocean. And you see them in the trees, you see them in the bushes, you see them flying in the air and down the road. And, they're just prolific now. And the mask is becoming the new bag. The mask is everywhere. And that is our perfect example of how we are just not caring, and it's dropping and it's flying away. I mean, my mask flew out of my car the other day, a disposable one. I ran down the parking lot and picked it up, but people aren't doing that, and they're just letting them go, and they're causing more damage just because of the straps on them. So that's just a current example of how quickly our trash ends up in our environment. We found 2 COVID tests so far on the beach, which is it's not good. Next one, just some ideas that I've put out there to people that can become simple at restaurants. Even before you say water, say, please no straw in my water. And a lot of them are becoming more cognizant of that. A lot of restaurant managers I've talked to, I tell them to hide the box of straws, even if it is the other straw. Now it's more easily, you can use them, but it's such a habit for the server even. And different things you can do with stuff that you do have in your home. Coffee pods. Oh, there's a reusable filter you can get at Bed Bath & Beyond to save so many of those pods from going into our environment, and to it adds a little bit more of a step of your day, but it is so worth it to change to a reusable filter. And Chinese food containers. I don't cook, so there's Chinese in my house, but each container gets reused. Bags, if I do happen to buy them or use them, because my Publix grocer, my Publix bagger just so wants to give me plastic bags, but I'll put them back in my cart before I take a plastic bag. But there are times when I end up with one or two and they go in my bathroom bins as liners, Ziploc bags, washed and reused, laundry detergent, the cardboard boxes. And even now, this was made before all of these cool products have come out that are film, just a film of a detergent that comes in a biodegradable or environmentally safe container. There's no more box or there's no more jug. You're getting laundry detergent in a film that does a phenomenal job of cleaning your clothes, and there's no container to dispose of at the end of it when they're all gone. And the bulk.
Oh,
yeah. Here's the simple. No, go ahead. You can go on. The simple stuff that I did at the store, the plastic bottle to the can, the plastic jug to the cardboard. Go ahead. Your orange juice, your milk, pretty much every product has it in a different jug or a different receptacle. And plastic surgery, we need to cut it out. We need to cut it out of our lives. We need to, the less we consume, the less that potentially could be produced. There's no onus on the manufacturer in our world to do anything with the end game. Coca-Cola is pumping out all these plastic bottles and reaping in all these billions of dollars in, and they are the ones that were behind the recycling companies that are pumping out this stuff, put the onus on the taxpayer to recycle these products, which, think about that for a second. There in Germany, you create a plastic product, you have a manufacturing business, and you are in the full cycle of taking that back or managing that plastic piece in the end game. It is not the consumer, it is not the taxpayer, it is your company that has to manage that plastic product that you've created. And there's a bill in front of the federal bill that's out there, breaking free from plastic and putting the onus back on the manufacturer, decreasing permits for these facilities to be created, because the more we cut back and the more we do better for our environment, the more they're one or two steps ahead of us creating sheeting. We'll talk about that in a minute. Elaine did a great shopping spree as well. And, your cucumber, all of a sudden you got a cucumber wrapped in plastic. What's with that? And an orange, it has its own container. Why do we need an orange wrapped in plastic? But that's what they're doing. They're creating more and more facilities in foreign countries, and we're going to try to stop it here in the United States, where they cannot create another plastic facility to just create another alternative for plastics, because they're running out of ways to make money, where they could put their money towards sustainable ideas.
And I do want to mention really quickly, because I went by this really fast, but the cartons, I think a lot of people don't realize that the cartons are recyclable. So that's definitely put that in your recycling bin too. And, check out SWA's website. They have if you have any questions about what's recyclable, what's not, of course, because there's some items that we're going to buy, right? We can always make the decision to buy it in a more eco-friendly container, but then you have to think about what you're going to do with it afterwards. So SWA, they have any question you have about anything that's recyclable, you can look it up on their website, and I will put that in the follow-up email as well. Diane, do you want to talk about Friends of Palm Beach?
Yeah, it's a nice name for what should be AKA, pissed off scuba diver, because I started this understanding on the front lines, being underwater, the damage that we're doing, not only from, effluents and pollution from cars, but from plastic pollution. So when I moved here and I got educated on the fact that we're the closest to the Gulf Stream, that the plastics are just being washed ashore by the beautiful Atlantic Ocean and the Gulf Stream, I decided that I needed to do something about it. It was wow, it was at my feet. And I adopted Palm Beach through the Solid Waste Authority's Adopt a program. Anybody can do this. You have a neighborhood, you have a park that you love. You can go through the AAS, Adopt a Spot, through the Solid Waste Authority. They give you the supplies, they give you support, they give you, they'll help you spread the word for other volunteers. And you cleaning up your neighborhood and taking pride and ownership in it. So I adopted Palm Beach, unbeknownst to Palm Beach, and started it slowly on a friend of mine's beach because the access was all private. And then I realized after a while there was so much trash coming in. We could clean a beach and it would be dirty in an hour. I started to hire individuals through the Lord's Place and through Vita Nova to give them an opportunity to get back to independence on their own and to help me at the same time. I've always helped the homeless wherever I've lived. And these are individuals, for their of the grace of God go I, that really just want to work and help, help themselves, not a handout, but not a hand up, but a hand, not a handout, but a hand up. And we're at 192,000 pounds of trash, which 75% of that is plastic. Now, that blows my mind. I didn't think I would still even be in business, not for profit, but in business at this point. And, I'm not the answer. I really would love to be put out of business, but it's bigger every single day if we don't start to curb this purchasing, this consuming, and do something about the manufacturing of it all. They say a dump truck worth of plastic goes into the ocean every minute or every second. I think it's every second. It's that insane. So please put me out of business, and please start in your own world to make this change and to convince others, because it is really, we're at a canary in the coal mine point where our health is being affected by it. A study was done where we're ingesting a credit card size of plastic a week. We've been washing polyester for decades now. Those pods that you use in your dishwasher and your washing machine are putting plastic in the water. It's in our salt, it's in our water, it's in our fish. It's everywhere. It's so pervasive in the plankton that are eating, then the shrimp is eating the plankton. Yeah, it just keeps going on and on and on. It's so in our food chain, and it's already in our bodies. So this was a small idea that I had that I didn't realize would be as quantifiable as it is at this point. And it's making a difference and changing lives at the same time. So we have that power. It's in our hands.
Yes, you have done so many amazing things, Diane. And
just got more and more pissed off, and I realized that I don't have the red tape, and I can now help those explain it, educate people about it. It's not that people are ignorant, they just don't know, and that's not the same thing as being ignorant. It's just they don't know the problems and the extent of the problems.
That's right. And for all of you that are here with us today, this is just a great step in the right direction, right? So just learning about these things and being able to talk with your friends and family, and talk with even like your neighbors or people that are in your community too. Because I know for me in my community, I hate walking out my door and seeing trash in my community. That's an issue, and we can all share the responsibility of cleaning it up. And I also just wanted to share a few other things really quickly to add on to what Diane just talked about is soap. Going for the bar soap instead of the liquid soap that's in all those different plastic containers. And Diane, I don't know if you have anything specific that you want to add to this too.
I can't see me anymore, so I don't know. This is what everybody purchases quickly, and I don't anymore, but this was my option with it. Can you see this?
I can see it.
Okay. So, you buy the bigger guy. It's not the perfect alternative, but you have this versus buying, 8 or 9 or 12 of the smaller ones. You just keep refilling. This is just a perfectly good pump, every time you use it for 12 to 14 different times. So that, and then I got hooked on Lush, which I have my shampoo in one, I have my body lotion in another, and my conditioner in another, and it's lasting forever. I was kind of worried about my hair maybe drying out, but it's Lush and it works. And you can get these, there was a store at the mall, you can get it online, and it does work. And it's just, it's a bar. It's literally a bar that you then replace, and you have your container and you travel with it. These are my now reusable Ziplocs with their top. They work wonderfully in the freezer and in the fridge. And then your silicone tops for any container you might have. You make a salad, you don't want to use that Ziploc, and you can just put this right over your salad bowl. So there's all different sizes. of these silicone tops as well.
And just going back to those shampoo bars, I mean, those are really amazing. I don't know if anyone with us today has tried those, but I was kind of late to the game. I tried about a year ago, and I was truly amazed by just how well it works. I was really skeptical at first, but I really encourage you to try the shampoo bars, especially if you're traveling. I mean, like Diane said, it's just so easy to carry that shampoo bar with you instead of that whole jug of shampoo or conditioner. So definitely urge you to try those out. And a few other things I wanted to get. Oh, did you have something to add, Diane?
I'm just wanted to say that I'm glad you said that, because you have hair and I don't. So it's a better argument coming from you as well. So
They,
Go
you know, and they have so many different formulas too. So if you're looking for volume or if you're looking for moisture, I mean, it's whatever you're looking for, whatever you need for your hair, you can certainly find that. And Lush is a really great brand. That's the only one that I've tried, but I know there are others out there as well. So do a little research on that. But I also wanted to throw in the laundry paste too. So we mentioned buying your laundry detergent in the carton, but there's also laundry paste, which I have right here. You can see the box is really small. And this, it has the directions on the back. You just mix it. Once I transitioned away from the laundry detergent that I was buying in the plastic jug, I just saved my jug, and now I mix in some of this with water and I let it dissolve out. I mix it all together before I'm about to wash a load, and it works really well. So this I actually got from One World Zero Waste, which we mentioned earlier in the program. But that's something really great to use. And I see someone. Oh, maybe it was Diane. Diane, did you raise your hand?
Oh, I don't know. I touched something. Sorry.
Oh, okay. No, it's okay. Also, like when you're in the produce section, I mean, look at all this plastic. So we have some perfectly good apples that are just sitting out, and then we have all these plastics that are in plastic bags and definitely not necessary. So again, this is just a choice to make when you're out shopping, is to look, and just don't buy that extra plastic, because it's not necessary. And I honestly, I was talking to Diane before this, but it's almost like I don't even see that anymore. Like I only see those single items now that are not wrapped in plastic, because I'm just like, I don't know. I almost look past this. Almost like I don't even recognize it. But I know if they're still putting these items out that are wrapped in plastic that seem absurd almost, I mean, it is absurd. If they're still putting that out, that means that someone's buying it. And every time you buy something, you're voting with your dollar and you're telling that business that you want that item. So just something to keep in mind. Also, like Diane mentioned, the cucumbers wrapped in plastic, or the bananas wrapped in plastic, and even more and more organic items, they're labeled as organic and they're wrapped in plastic, which is a little, it's I don't know. It's I don't understand it, but it's out there, it's happening. And again, you can make your choice by just not buying it wrapped in plastic. The same with the zucchinis and squash as well. So you'll see them wrapped in plastic and single. Same with corn. The corn over here in the husk is perfectly fine. It's very easy to take off at home. You can even take it off at the grocery store as well. So they have trash cans out there where you can take it off if you'd like. And I actually bring my own. This is my tote bag that I put my produce in all the time. And then I have my other bags that I put my other groceries in. But this is my designated produce bag. And, I would just drop it in there. But again, we don't need all this the plastic bag around the corn. It's ridiculous. And also the potatoes. So again, perfectly good potatoes and sweet potatoes that are up top. And then we have individually wrapped potatoes down here. And I was trying to figure out, again, why we would want to individually wrap the potatoes. I know, Diane, you mentioned possibly it makes it better to microwave in, but I don't know. The more, it seems like the more we microwave things that have plastic in them, the more it gets into our food.
Yeah, it's horrible. It's horrible. But I think that's on the label that you can microwave it in it. And that there it goes to the whole lazy, quick and immediate gratification. there's nothing like a good baked potato, not nuked potato.
That's right. I totally agree. And also when you're looking for eggs, so there are tons and tons of eggs that are in the plastic containers, they're in styrofoam containers, but there are also these eggs right up top here that are in this kind of cardboard container here. So those are a really great option. And they're also from the state of Florida. So that means that they have not traveled, across the country to get to you. And so they're fresher. The emissions from traveling are much lower. So definitely something to think of, as well as where your produce, where your food in general is coming from. If you're buying an apple that's from, way far away versus maybe an apple that was grown in Florida. So, just something to think about as well. Oh, that's the end of my slides. So I do see one question actually. So someone asked, what kind of bag may we use for a garbage can?
Yeah, that's a conundrum. I know that the Solid Waste Authority prefers for you to put the trash in a bag in your bin. And if you haven't taken the tour of the solid waste facility, it actually is a really great tour. We have one of the state-of-the-art waste management facilities in the country, in the globe, actually. Waste to energy. It has a whole recycling component to it as well. And yeah, that's kind of a give, I think, to keep everything cleansed, healthy, clean, hygienic, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. I would love to know a good alternative if anybody has one. I mean, my friend Rebecca has a compost. She's extreme about taking everything separate and has very limited trash because she composts, and then she's recycling whatever is not compostable. And the man that walked into the room before won't let me have a compost yet. But I'm working on that too. And that's something that's a real, an opportunity. Once you start doing that, it becomes easier and easier, I'm told, and it becomes part of your garden, and your garden grows. Many of you might have that and could educate us. Maybe West Palm Sustainability can have a compost day. But the unfortunate thing is we don't have a compost facility, a larger one. It would be a personal one. We don't have compost in the Solid Waste Authority. So.
And there is a business in our area that does pick up your compost. So that is an option as well, something that you could do a Google search on and find, that business. And also, if you're not in West Palm Beach too, there are other cities that have that available as well. And some cities actually offer composting programs as well. So, just something to look into, because I collect my compost and I have it picked up every 2 weeks. And it works out pretty well. But if you guys have any other questions, definitely let us know. I just have a few slides here about our other programs that we have coming up. So I'm just going to go over those quickly and see if any other questions come in. We, through the Office of Sustainability for the City of West Palm Beach, we have a native tree giveaway. So maybe if you're interested in sustainable grocery shopping, you may be also interested in improving your yard or providing habitat for native wildlife, or even adding shade so that your energy bill goes down on your home. So lots of great benefits from trees, and I could be here all day talking about trees as well. But we give away 4 trees per property per year. It's an online application, and we have safe parking lot pickups. And you can just go to our website, wpb.org/10K trees. Our next giveaway is going to be on June 24th. So about a month from now. And this Friday, we have a program with Resource Depot called Enough is Enough. And we're actually going to be talking about, how we can create a wasteless lifestyle. So really looking at refusing items, and, that really goes hand in hand with what we're talking about today as well.
That place is awesome.
It is. And if you guys have not been to Resource Depot, I really, really encourage you to go there, or even just, if you don't feel comfortable going out and about right now, definitely just visit their website. They're also on Facebook as well. So they have a lot of great stuff going on. And speaking of social media too, Diane, Friends of Palm Beach, I mean, you guys post pictures, I think like every single day, of everything that you're collecting. And it is mind-blowing just what all is out there. So definitely look up Friends of Palm Beach as well. And we also have a high efficiency toilet voucher program. So you can upgrade your, I know I talk about toilets so much. We talk trash and talk toilets. So we give away $125 vouchers for you to upgrade your older toilets if you're a City of West Palm Beach water customer. So this is a really great program. It is ongoing. So visit our website, wpb.org/savewater. It's a really great deal. You can get a whole new toilet for free. Installation's not included, but it's a free $125 towards a new toilet. And residential properties can get up to 2 vouchers. Commercial properties can get up to 20 vouchers. So really great to look into there. And my last slide here is just our information with the City of West Palm Beach. So our main webpage is wpb.org/green. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at WPBGreen. And if you have any questions, you can always email us sustainability@wpb.org. And I don't see any other questions that have come in.
We nailed it. Or we're talking to a group that gets it, and please just spread the word.
So Carol, I do see your question in the Q&A, and I think you're asking for the name of the composting company. And since I work for the city, I'm not allowed to promote one business over another. So I just encourage you to do a Google search and look up that because she does cover our city. So or all of Palm Beach County, I think some of Martin County, I want to say too, but I'm not 100% positive on that. So with that, I don't see any other questions coming in. And, you know, again, we encourage you to take the information that you've learned today and share with your friends and family and just have these conversations with them, share what you've learned. And, you know, knowledge is power. And again, just vote with your dollar. And I see the question, am I sending the recording? Yes. So after this is over, it's probably going to be tomorrow because it's been a long day for me. But I will send out an email, a follow-up email to everyone who has attended today. So I have your email addresses from when you registered for the program. And I will send out a link to the recording that will be on our YouTube channel, and also some other links to things that we've mentioned today, as well as links to Diane's webpage, our webpage, SWA, if you want to look up anything on recycling, things like that will be included. So just be on the lookout for that. And with that, thank you all for joining us today. Thank you so much, Diane, for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
And we hope to see you next time. Hope to see you this Friday for the program with Resource Depot.
Terrific. Thank you.
Thank you all. Bye.